into the court proceeding in the grand jury case.
Select a number. The case will then be assigned to the courtroom or division that corresponds with the number that has been selected by the foreperson, and the courtroom will, that case or those cases will then proceed in those courtrooms assigned for further proceedings. The indictment itself, that is to say the charging document in this case, will be transmitted to the Jefferson County Clerk's office. It will be recorded and made publicly available through that office. And so I will begin the report of the Jefferson County Grand Jury. In the matter of Commonwealth of Kentucky versus Brett Hankison, the Jefferson County Grand Jury charges as follows. Count 1. Wanton endangerment in the first degree. On or about March 13th, 2020 in Jefferson County, Kentucky, the above named defendant, Brett Hankison, committed the offense of wanton endangerment in the first degree when, under circumstances manifesting extreme indifference to human life, he wantonly shot a gun, into the apartment occupied by initials CE. Count 2. Wanton endangerment in the first degree. On or about March 13th, 2020, in Jefferson County, Kentucky, the above named defendant, Brett Hankison, committed the offense of wanton endangerment in the first degree when, under circumstances manifesting extreme indifference to human life, he wantonly shot a gun into the apartment occupied by initials CN. Count 3. Wanton endangerment in the first degree. On or about March 13th, 2020, in Jefferson County, Kentucky, the above named defendant, Brett Hankison, committed the offense of wanton endangerment in the first degree when, under circumstances manifesting extreme indifference to human life, he wantonly shot a gun into an apartment occupied by initials ZF against the peace and dignity of the Commonwealth of Kentucky. Mr. Foreperson, is that the decision of the grand jury? Thank you. Sir, if you would please randomly select a number.
Division 13.
Division 13. Thank you, sir. The case will then be assigned to Jefferson Circuit Court, Division 13. Madam Assistant Attorney General, do you have a motion with respect to bond?
Yes, Your Honor. The Assistant Attorney General asks for $15,000 full cash bond for the defendant, Brett Hankison.
I will grant the motion and assign bond in the amount of $15,000 full cash and issue a warrant. That concludes the business of the grand jury sitting for Jefferson County in September 2020. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You may be excused. I'm going off the record.
We have been listening to the Jefferson County proceedings as announced by the local judge there, and it would appear that there is charges against a single officer for wanton endangerment in the police shooting death of Breonna Taylor. You just saw the entire proceeding as far as we understand it. That is to say, the judge spoke with the grand jury, as you heard, discussed those 3 counts of wanton endangerment, and then ended the proceeding. It's a Zoom proceeding. I have a panel of experts here to respond. I also want everyone to understand we are awaiting a press conference from the prosecutor attorney general who acts as prosecutor in this case. So we will turn to that as soon as that begins. You can see on your screen there that we're monitoring that press conference. Reverend Sharpton, I go to you first on your response on this announcement of charges against counts against a single officer.
I think it's grossly insufficient. It does not deal with the fact that the life of Breonna Taylor was taken. It does not address being a victim of being killed. The value of her life is not at all addressed in these charges. You could get endangerment if you shot in the air at nothing. You took a woman's life, a woman who was in no way should have even been in that situation because the person you were pursuing was not there. She committed no crime. Her only act that night was she went to bed that night and she is dead. The indictment does not address the life. When we say Black Lives Matter, this indictment says it does not matter. To say that we've given some indictment, which would be equivalent, again, if you fire it outside a house in the air, is to really, in my opinion, devalue the life of Breonna Taylor and does not answer, even what the family would have said that they would have been, in a way, belatedly accepted a manslaughter too, because manslaughter at least addresses her life. Her life is not addressed at all in these charges. I think they're grossly insufficient, and I think they are absolutely something that falls far below what they could have legally charged and could have won in a court of law.